Three clear signs that WWE is grooming 40-year-old star to be the new tribal chief. Dominik Mysterio may add current WWE champion to the Judgment Day behind Finn Balor's back. Nikki Bella addresses WWE return. You never want to leave home. Clear signs that WWE is grooming 40-year-old star to be the new tribal chief. Roman Reigns, now 40 years old, has carried WWE's top storyline for years with his tribal chief persona. His dominance has been unmatched, as he reigned over SmackDown with authority and transformed the Bloodline into one of the most compelling factions in wrestling history. However, after his historic Undisputed WWE Universal Championship run came to an end, questions immediately arose about the future of the tribal chief mantle. Would Roman continue to hold on to the title of leader indefinitely, or would WWE begin building a successor who could carry the legacy forward? Increasingly, signs are pointing toward Jey Uso, also 40, as the man WWE may be grooming to take over the role. Reports from Sportskeeda, Inside Sport India, and ComingSoon.net highlight several clues that support this theory. The first major sign is Jey Uso's noticeable shift in character. Once seen as the loyal brother who stood beside Roman and Jimmy, Jey has become more reckless, aggressive, and selfish. His recent actions, such as interrupting high-stakes matches and even attacking allies like LA Knight, demonstrate a willingness to prioritize himself over loyalty or teamwork. This change reflects a common WWE storytelling pattern, where a once supportive figure begins evolving into a powerful, independent force destined for leadership. The second key sign lies in Roman Reigns' influence on Jey. Through subtle mentoring in promos and backstage segments, Roman has been shown encouraging Jey to focus on his own legacy, telling him that self-preservation and ambition matter more than simply serving others. Paul Heyman, the ever-calculating wise man, has reinforced this narrative, even openly stating that Reigns views Jey as the natural heir to the tribal chief role. WWE has rarely allowed Heyman's words to be throwaway lines. Historically, such statements are designed to foreshadow long-term plans. The third sign is Jey's rise in status as a main event player. His brief reign as World Heavyweight Champion marked a turning point, revealing a newfound confidence and arrogance in his demeanor. No longer does he appear content to be overshadowed by Roman. He now walks, talks, and wrestles like someone who believes he deserves to stand at the very top of WWE. WWE's decision to give Jey marquee matches, bigger storylines, and increased screen time only strengthens the theory that the company is testing whether he can carry the tribal chief mantle both in character and in fan reception. Beyond these three signs, other supporting evidence adds weight to the speculation. Paul Heyman has been used as a narrative mouthpiece to plant the idea of Jey's succession, further legitimizing him as a credible option. The reintroduction of the Ula Fala, the symbolic Samoan necklace that signifies leadership in bloodline storylines, has also fueled fan theories that it could soon be contested, with Jey emerging as its new holder. Additionally, Jey's ongoing independence and growing friction with his brother Jimmy set the stage for a classic WWE betrayal angle, the kind of family feud that could cement his transformation into tribal chief material. Still, it's important to note the caveats. B has a long history of teasing leadership changes or big title transitions only to circle back to the status quo. Roman Reigns remains one of the most bankable stars in modern wrestling, and the company may not be ready to fully move on from him as the head of the table. Furthermore, WWE creative often uses speculation and misdirection as tools to keep fans invested, meaning the hints about Jey's ascension could be a red herring rather than a concrete plan. Ultimately, the groundwork is undeniably being laid for Jey Uso to emerge as the next tribal chief. His character evolution, Roman's mentorship, Heyman's endorsements, and his elevated main event status all point toward WWE preparing him for that role. Yet until WWE pulls the trigger, the possibility remains that the storyline is designed to generate intrigue rather than deliver a definitive changing of the guard. Whether Jey Uso eventually steps into Roman's place or remains in his shadow, the ongoing speculation adds another captivating layer to the ever-evolving
Bloodline Saga. Nikki Bella addresses
Saucy return, you never want to leave home. After her surprise return at the 2025 Royal Rumble, Nikki Bella revealed on the Nikki and Brie show that she came back because her passion and love for WWE never went away. When the interviewer compared WWE to home, she agreed, saying, "You never want to leave home." In a separate interview with People, Nikki admitted that she was really nervous about stepping back into the ring after so long, but everyone reassured her that she would feel at home once again, and she confirmed that's exactly what happened. Importantly, Nikki made it clear that her comeback is not a one-off appearance. She stated that she is here for a while, which strongly suggests that WWE has plans to feature her in storylines for an extended period rather than a brief nostalgia run. Nikki has been candid about the challenges of returning to competition after years away. Losses to opponents like Becky Lynch and Asuka have reminded her of the physical and mental hurdles ahead, but she views these setbacks as motivation to push harder and rediscover her form. Alongside her professional ambitions, Nikki has also emphasized the importance of respecting her personal boundaries, particularly when it comes to her son and maintaining her privacy while balancing life as a performer. A key element of her return is the desire for completeness and legacy. Nikki has said that her comeback won't feel fully fulfilled unless her twin sister Brie also returns, since the Bella twins as a unit remain one of the most iconic duos in WWE history. She describes this stage of her career as a new era of me, focused on finding pieces of herself through wrestling, proving her worth not just to the fans or the industry, but to herself as well. All of this suggests that Nikki Bella's return is driven by deeply personal and emotional stakes rather than just financial or storyline reasons. WWE appears to be investing in her for the long term, which opens the door to fresh rivalries and high-profile arcs. Already, she has been linked to confrontations with stars like Liv Morgan, and a potential Bella Twins reunion could become a major storyline if Brie decides to return. Her growth arc, working through ring rust, facing challenges, and rebuilding confidence, positions her as a character fans can rally behind. Ultimately, Nikki stands to bridge the women's division across eras, symbolizing both her own legacy and the evolution of women's wrestling, while adding meaningful depth to WWE's current landscape. Dominik Mysterio may add current WWE Champion to the Judgment Day behind Finn Balor's back. Dominik Mysterio's rise within WWE has been impossible to ignore, especially since capturing the Intercontinental Championship. According to Sportskeeda, he has been using this status to assert more power and presence within the Judgment Day, often making moves that suggest he wants to expand his influence in the group. This ambition has already created visible strains within the faction. Reports from Sportskeeda and Wrestling Inc. highlight growing tension between Dominik and Finn Balor, particularly around recruitment ideas. While Balor has been hesitant to welcome new members, Dominik has floated names like Penta and El Grande Americano, choices that Balor reportedly resisted, fearing they could disrupt the hierarchy and threaten existing members' positions. The case of El Grande Americano is especially significant. Rumors suggest that the Speed Champion has been closely linked with Dominik in recent weeks, even helping him retain the IC title in matches. Sportskeeda notes that this association makes it entirely plausible for Dominik to quietly bring Americano into Judgment Day, or at least form a secret alliance without Balor's approval. These developments fit into the broader narrative of potential fractures within the faction. WWE has been dropping subtle hints of a looming Judgment Day split, with subgroups forming such as Dominik aligning more with Liv Morgan and Raquel, while Balor and JD McDonough have operated in their own lane. As Kel now points out, these narrative cracks make a betrayal or secret recruitment angle more believable than ever. Still, much of this remains speculative. The headlines framing Dominik as potentially adding a current WWE champion behind Balor's back are more possibilities than confirmed booking decisions, as Sportskeeda itself acknowledges. Names like Americano, Penta, or even Logan Paul have been floated, but not all of them carry the weight of former or top-level world champions. While their championship status lends credibility, it may not be enough to permanently shift the faction's balance of power. Furthermore, WWE often teases internal tension in factions without fully pulling the trigger, using the drama as a tool to keep fans invested rather than committing to long-term changes. If WWE does decide to move forward with this storyline, several outcomes are possible. Dominik could secretly recruit Americano, or another current or recent champion, into Judgment Day, making moves behind Finn Balor's back until the betrayal comes to light. This would set up a natural conflict, with Balor reacting angrily to Dominik's power plays, perhaps even calling him a snake.